Good day. So today we're on the Vauxhall Mokka, replacing bottom arm, well, both bottom arms and both track rod ends, as mine's totally gone on the passenger side, and my front wheel is like that when I'm driving. So don't just replace one, replace both sides. So yeah, switch around, let's get started. So first things first is track rod end. You're going to need to break this nut off here. I just use a big adjustable spanner. So grab your big adjustable spanner, just break it. Sorry about the camera work, but I'm trying to do this one-handed. There we go. Right, so as soon as it's loose, there you go, see how it's loose there? Back it back up so it just nips. You want this, so it just nips. There we go, see how it just starts turning it? There you want it, just like that. So when you put the old one back on, well, when you put your new one back on, you can tighten it up to that mark and tighten it, and your track will be exactly the same how it was when you took it off. So, tools you're going to need. So tools you're going to need to pull this job off is two 18mm spanners, 18mm socket, and a bendy joint. For your ratchet, you're definitely going to need this. No way around it. If you ain't got one, go buy one. So yeah, that's what it looks like. It goes in your socket and it bends all ways. You're going to need one of them. Tool to break your bottom ball joint, a big hammer, and I've got a breaker bar, some penetrating there as well. And the only tools you're going to need to pull this job off. So breaking that nut loose and just nipping it back up. You want to take this one off here, this nut off your track rod end. That's an 18mm spanner. With a big socket, I guess. I like to do it with a spanner. So I like to keep my eye on the thread bit, make sure that don't turn when I'm undoing it, because if so, then it's a pain in the fucking arse to get it off. And if it does get a bit tight when trying to undo it, just tighten it back up slightly, give it another spray of penetrating oil, try and clean some of your thread off, just so it comes off loose. So yeah, I'll undo this and I'll be back. Alright, so that's my nut off. What I've done is marked it here, so if it does accidentally come undone while I'm messing around, try and do this bottom arm, I know roughly where to set it back up. So when I go to put the new one on, I know that nut there is going to be lined with that. Keep that nut there, undo this side, put your new one back up, and just nip this back nut back up to that. So yeah, so when you got this nut off here, you want to get your big hammer. If you're not replacing your track rod end, then keep your nut on just a couple of threads, then you hit it with your nut on like that. But I always replace the track rod ends where I do the bottom arms, bottom wishbones, whatever you want to call them, these here. Every time I replace that, I replace these. You might as well, it's all off, so you might as well just replace them. Cheap enough. Right, I better mention this. Bottom arms, the wishbones. I brought them from Euro car parts, easy to get. Oh, these track rod ends, they are a pain in the arse to get hold of. Euro car parts don't do, or many car places, even Vauxhall, said it was a week to 2 week waiting list, and they are about 70 quid each, track rod ends. That is fucking crazy price, that is. So when I've been looking around, I've gone on the old Fleabay and I've brought a pair for about 55 quid for a pair. They do ask to give you reg and everything, to give you reg, and they will check to make sure they're the right ones for you, as there's two different kinds. You got your hydraulic power steering and you got your electronic power steering. Mine is electronic power steering, means you don't put hydraulic fluid in the system. So if you ain't got an hydraulic bottle in your engine bay where you fill up with hydraulic fluid, you got the electric one. If you got that, obviously you got the hydraulic system. So yeah, mine's the electric one. Like I said, I think it was like 55 quid for two. Where if you go to Vauxhall, they're like 75 quid each, and I had to wait a week, 2 weeks for them to turn up. That is absolutely crazy. I cannot believe they don't sell the track rod ends in Euro car parts or any other car place I tried, and they were a pain to get hold of. So yeah, when you go to do this, buy the parts first. I'm still waiting for the track rod ends to turn up. They should be here today and or tomorrow hopefully. But I'm gonna get these bottom arms done. Well, I've got a couple of hours spare. So when they turn up, all I do is put the new ones on, tighten it back up, sorted. So yeah, that's why I've just marked it like this, so I can keep track rod ends and everything all in place. I know where the line is for when I put the new ones back on, tighten it up. So yeah, next thing is you want to whack these out. There we go. That's that. Like I say, you got the bit on the end ones in, so you can actually bang the ends here, so you're not damaging no threads anyway. Just like I say, if you're keeping the track rod ends, just leave your knot on a couple of threads and knit it. So there we go, that's that off. So next thing we need to do is undo the 15mm bolt holding your bottom ball joint here. There's a bolt and nut, both 15s. Make sure you give it plenty of penetrating oil, just to make sure the threads are clean. Yeah, so we'll undo this one next. So once you've got the nut off this side, it is tight to get that out. So you want to take your steering around to this side here, and you want to work it backwards and forwards, that bolt, just so you don't snap it, just till it works itself loose. You'll feel it get looser and looser. Make sure you spray in that gap there with penetrating oil, and just to soak it up. Yeah, so like I say, just backwards and forwards, just to try and work it, to loosen it off, all the crud and all the rust and everything off, as you don't want to overheat it and slap the bolt in there. So yeah, backwards and forwards. So once you worked it loose, like I say, just do like turns. Just, it is hard at first to get it going, but as soon as you get it a quarter turn, back it up, pull it back, and just keep doing that and keep spraying it in the gaps with penetrating oil just until it gets nice and loose, like that. So it's nice and loose now. So what I want to do is turn your stick around. You want to put the nut back on, just so it's nearly flush at the end of the bolt there, and just give it a couple of taps just to knock the bolt through. So there we go, there's the bolt out the bottom. Throw that over there out of the way. So that's the bottom one loose. Right, so we'll crack this one loose, then we'll crack that one loose there. So Need two 18mm spanners for this side here. That's the 18mm nut off. Like I say, you gotta use spanners because trying to get a socket in, you got no chance here, and you'll have to use the floppy just on your socket to get in there. So I just thought it was easy to use 18mm spanners. Hold the spanner here, hold that, and undo the nut off this side. Then your bolt just pulls out. Give it a wiggle. There's the back one. Alright, it's 2 out of 3 out. Now for the bitch, this one here. So you can only undo it from the bolt here. This side, the nut, see if I can get it in. Is welded on this here, so you can't undo it from here, you've got to undo it from the bolt the other side. So it's a fucking stupid design, as it is hard to get hold of. Well, get into that nut there. That's why you need this tool, as you can't get your ratchet or the socket in there and get it straight, so you need the floppy, so your ratchet's at an angle to undo it. So yeah, let me show you. As you can see, 18mm. I've got the long deep dish socket on with the flexi joint bit. Then I've got my breaker bar in a minute just to break it, just so I can get it loose. So yeah, like I say, just trying to get in. So you need that little bend so you can just get it to crack open. Like I say, it's a pain in the arse to get to this stupid design. As you can see, you don't need to hold that side, as that bar catches on there and locks that side up. I'll show you when it's off anyway. Just make sure you keep soaking it and penetrating it, just to help it. So that is the nut the other side. Like I say, it's holding on to that bar there, so that sits against there, so it holds it when you're trying to undo it. So yeah, that's all the nuts and bolts are loose. What do I do now? Get that bottom ball joint out. So if you're lucky, 1 out of 10 times, if you give it a good whack with an hammer, they drop out. And like I say, 1 out of 10, they will drop out. This looks like it's going, so I'm on it. If not, we're going to need one of them, or a ball. Get underneath there, just wedge it out, even a strong flat screwdriver or a jerry bar, anything, just to rise it out. And well, like I say, normally a big hammer, whacking both sides of it, they normally drop out 1 out of 10 times. Yes, just get yourself a ball joint. You get about 3 different sizes in a pack. I normally just use a small one on everything. Just whack it in and it pops it out. Once it drops out like that, there you go. There we go. There's my old one. So grab the new one and replace it for a new. There's the new one. Nice shiny new one. So let's put it back in. You just do everything in reverse. So yeah, just slide it back in. Sometimes they're a bit tight to get in, so just give it a couple of taps with the hammer just to get them in. Put your bolts back in, tighten the nuts back up. So once you got the back bolts in here, don't tighten them right up, just enough so they're still moving there. Alright, see how they're still moving? Still loose, just enough so they're just tightened just enough, but they're still loose. Then you want to put this front one in first. So put the bottom ball joint in and put the nut and bolt in and tighten the nut and bolt up. So see that gap in there? That is where your bolt slides through the hole and goes past there like that. So it goes in there. And there. So that is got to be level in that hole there. That's where you put your bolt through. So lift that up, knock it up with the hammer. If it don't, we'll go in easy. Just to try and line that gap up in that hole to put your bolt in. There we go. That's the bolt in. Like I say, just keep tapping this up when you try and push the bolt in. It will just slide in the bolt wheel. Don't force that bolt in. You'll end up knacking the threads up when you're trying to push it in. Yeah, so just keep tapping the bottom with the hammer in till this pushes in. So you get your bolt pushed in. And just tighten it up. So once you've got that bottom nut and bolt all tight, so you can tighten that right up now. So that's all nice and tight. Now you can tighten these back ones up. Some people will jack this front end up so it's level, then tighten them up. Me, I just get this bottom one in, make sure that's nice and tight, then just tighten these back ones up. So yeah, so I'll get these two nice and tight now. So there we go. That's the bottom arm done, all tightened up nicely. So yeah, still waiting for the track rod ends to turn up, so I'll come back when these track rod ends turn up and carry on from there. So, day later, new ones are turned up. So, when you come to your track rod ends, you just crack this nut off just slightly and you hold this bar still and just wind the end off. You do not want to be moving that bar, or it will take your tracking off. So try and hold that one still. Just unscrew this end off, then screw your new one on, and just nip this bolt back up and stick it all back together. Like I say, just unwind. Just wind the end off like that. Get your new one, wind your new one on like that. But make sure you don't turn this bar. You just get there. See that? It's pointing the other way, so it means the thread was different. So all you do, back it off to there, so it's level up, and you just knit that bolt up. Knit that bolt back up to it, then put it back in the hole. So there we go. That's one side done. So on here, on these ones, there is a bolt on the end here. Well, like a little bolt nut. So you put a spanner or adjustable on it to hold it while you tighten this big bolt up. On some you don't get this. So if you ain't got that on the top, just put a trolley jack underneath. Or a jack just to push the pressure up on the bottom track rod end to hold it up. Just enough pressure to stop it from spinning in the middle. Just tighten it up. So yeah, there we go. One side done. So there we go. That's bottom arms, track rod ends done on the Vauxhall Mokka. Any questions, drop us a comment down below. Catch you next time. Stay safe.